In today's video, we'll be looking at more creepy TikTok footage that you should not watch before bed. Today's video is sponsored by PlayStation. Psych! I wish. Oh, heck no. Imagine living in an apartment and this is what you see. Bruh, I'm out of there. Heck, a snake? Oh no. Yo, that's a huge snake. Imagine having that job, y'all. Imagine you gotta wake up every day and go risk your life trying to get a huge snake out of the ceiling. Nah, man, they don't pay enough for that. We're gonna burn the building down.
Teaching.
They ain't gonna be able to get it.
Caught on video in Rio de Janeiro, this event occurred at Escola Municipal by yet again another former student. The man was a 23-year-old who was allowed to enter the school at the beginning of the day by claiming he was invited to give a lecture. Instead, he was armed. He entered a classroom and took the lives of 12 children. This sent the school into lockdown, with teachers telling students to hide beneath their desks as they blocked the doors of their classrooms. The video shows students fleeing as the man launches his attack. They are seen rushing down a hallway and out of the school. Military police sergeant Marcio Alves said that when he arrived at the school, he found the suspect on the second floor exiting a classroom. The man aimed at police, was hit, fell to the ground, and then took his own life. The man had a letter on his person, which declared his mission and asked to be buried next to his adopted mother. Number 12. SWAT code red lockdown. Children hiding under their desks. Teachers poised at the door. Clear signs of a school on lockdown. All students and staff awaiting rescue. You can hear the children's whispers and panicked breathing as they are huddled in fear. Screaming is heard outside the classroom door, coupled with shouts from the SWAT team. This is becoming an all too familiar scene in this video of a SWAT team entering the classroom during a code red lockdown at a school in Illinois.
Oh no. They just had to say Illinois. Look, man, they did just pass something here in my little school zone, school district, stating that they're going to have metal detector. I think they said some type of detector, but it ain't even a metal detector, which don't make no sense. It's like, honestly, just to scare the kids from coming to school. It's like, don't put a metal detector in a school if it's not going to detect metal. Talk about it might just detect odd or unfamiliar objects in bags. That's not going to work. Look, if you're going to have a metal detector, metal. Kid walking through with a phone, beep, beep. Your chain fake, beep, beep. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really want to get rid of the problem, but they're not.
Paints the picture of what it's like to be in the student's position, bracing oneself for horrors beyond our comprehension. Number 11. Stoneman SWAT Team Part 2. Yet another video of the Parkland events has surfaced, and this one again shows a SWAT team entering a classroom to release the students. The group is seen sitting in a corner of the classroom. A commotion is heard outside, and the teacher rushes to the door, likely to open it for the SWAT team. Once they enter, the students can be heard shouting, "Please help us," and the teacher tries to quiet everyone down to hear orders from the police. That's when one of the officers asks the first 10 people to stand up, and failing to listen, everyone gets up in a rush to get out as quickly as possible. You can't blame them.
Right.
Going through what they had, panicking is understandable.
Incredibly lucky that that was just the way this nuclear power plant was built, because many other nuclear power plants, if he had done what he did, he would have been killed in a really horrible way. Chris would ultimately sue the power plant, saying they didn't put up enough deterrents to protect people from getting sucked into these intake pipes, and the power plant has countered by saying, we put up enough deterrents, you just went past them on purpose. As of now, it's unclear what came of that court case. A 32-year-old United States Army soldier was stationed in Hawaii for training. On his first day off, he planned to do some sightseeing. He settled on the Hawaii Volcano National Park. One of the main draws of this particular park is that it's home to one of the world's most active volcanoes, the Kilauea. John finally was given some time off, and so he hopped in his rental car and he made his way out to the park. And then he started walking up a trail that would bring him up to this overlook that overlooked the caldera. The caldera of a volcano is the actual crater where the actual lava comes out of. The volcano was not actively erupting, and so there was no pool of lava inside of the caldera. However, the surface of the caldera was still 2100 degrees Fahrenheit, causing these massive steam clouds to billow up from it pretty much constantly. He was immediately disappointed because he couldn't see anything, and so he looked around and noticed there were no other tourists up there with him. So he thought about it for a second and then decided, yep, I'm gonna do this. And he stepped over the safety railing and walked right to the edge of this crater overlooking this caldera. And as soon as he got there, he suddenly had this unencumbered view of the space directly at the bottom of the edge of the cliff. And so he got his phone out and he started taking some pictures, and then all of a sudden the ground underneath him began to shift. It shifted so quickly and so suddenly that threw him onto his back. And as he's laying on his back, scrambling to get back up again, the ground underneath him just completely collapses, sending him careening down 300 feet into the scalding hot caldera. When John fell, another tourist did happen to walk up another nearby trail, and they actually saw him as he fell. And so they called 911, and immediately first responders were on scene, but the steam was so intense inside of this volcano that you can't really see down into it. And so they had rescuers walking along the rim of the volcano, and they had helicopters in the air, but it really wasn't doing any good. And in the back of all rescuers' minds, they knew that realistically, there's just no way John could have survived this. I mean, you can't survive a 300-foot fall. Even if you did, you couldn't survive being at the surface of the caldera that's over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. You die within a couple of minutes. But the rescuers pushed that thought out of their mind, and they focused on being positive and just continuing to look for John. And 2 hours into their search, when it was totally dark outside and hope was just about gone at this point, somebody spotted John on a little ledge jutting out 70 feet down from that cliff he was standing on. When he fell, he managed to land on this tiny little ledge. Had he fallen an inch left, an inch right, an inch forward, he would have tumbled to his death. There's no two ways about it.
Now that is lucky. What is this? This is a skinwalker taking over a horse. So who recorded this, first off? Who's running with the horse to record it? Nah, this is weird. What is that? And where is this?
Terrifying moments caught on camera.
放送してくれ、第2弾来るからな。また来るよ。まもなく第4波到達。まもなく第4波到達。70度。
Wait for it.
さっきよりでかいわ。
停電が確認されています。確認されているだけでも
高課長スピードアップしてやってくれ。
前進40度。
上限前進40度。ちょっと次のは
第4幅で2枚入れ。はい。次今ので3です。はい。
Yo, that's crazy. Just being on a boat for a tsunami. A ver.
¿Qué
What's
carajo?
outside? Y'all seen that?
Mames. Quédate, hijo, quédate.
And ain't nothing out there. Oh, nah.
No mames. Amor. No me lo vas a creer.
Ay, la concha.
What's this? Yeah, there was something up in there. They ran. See them eyes? Look. Right there. Gone. Yeah. I'ma quit. I won't be a miner no more. Yeah. What's this? Just a bunch of horses running? Whoa, what the? This on the water? That water must be super low. Okay, no. That thing just ran across water. No
Until
way.
the end.
That dog just ran across water. That's crazy.
Threw a coat on the floor.
Aw.
Shit. Did you see that?
Hex no. Y'all, that got me. Oh my god. They say to skip this clip. Woo! Ooh, that one got me.
So if we don't get anything on the yes nos, I'm thinking to myself like maybe we just wrap it up and call it a night, honestly.
Dude, you good?
Dude.
Oh, hex no.
What the fuck? Yo.
No, fuck.
Hex no. Turn the lights on.
Dude, sweep that corner.
See, people be doing this ghost hunting stuff. I'm straight. I got goosebumps right now.
Where's Tanner? Yo.
Are some of the worst gender reveal fails ever. This gender reveal went tragically wrong when a plane streaming the sign "It's a Girl" nosedived into the ocean. The expecting family was watching from a boat when the plane lost control while performing stunts, killing the two pilots. During this gender reveal, a father-to-be did a burnout with his car to reveal the gender of his baby, when suddenly the car burst into flames, but thankfully bystanders pulled them from the burning car unscathed. A family did their gender reveal party at a quarry with 80 pounds of tannerite, which is an explosive powder. When they detonated the explosion, it caused a small earthquake which rocked 2 states, causing lots of damage to nearby houses.
Begging for help online after capturing what she describes as a demon standing over her grandchild's bed. Miss Mackenzie set up a motion-activated camera at her son's house after complaints his 2-year-old daughter Amber was talking to something unseen in the middle of the night. The grandma checked her camera's app days later to find a bone-chilling image of a figure standing very close to her sleeping grandchildren, with what she described as it having a horn on its head and long claws. The creature is captured standing awkwardly, looking upwards just before 3 a.m. Miss Mackenzie says when she tried to rid the house of the evil presence by burning oils, she claimed cabinets and curtains opened and closed, and music began to play by itself. The grandmother insists the discovery has left her fearing for her grandchildren's lives, and that the photo is real and could not be photoshopped because she does not have the technical know-how to change.
ลืมเอาคีย์การ์ดลงมาอีกพี่ครับเปิดประตูให้หน่อยครับ
What the? Yo, these videos giving me chills, y'all. I can't even lie. It's some of the most creepy stuff I've seen thus far. She just walked through a wall. Oh, what the heck is this? He's like, get back, G, get back. You're getting a little too close.
Strange objects spotted over Nevada. UFOs or top secret military tech? Amateur video capturing 3 dark, disc-shaped crafts flying in formation over the Nevada desert is causing an internet frenzy. Filmed by local resident John Smith, the triangular objects moved at incredible speeds and seemed to defy gravity. They were unlike anything I've ever seen, said a baffled Smith. The puzzling footage has taken social media by storm, with experts unable to explain the bizarre flying objects. While the Air Force investigates, debates rage online. Are they really alien spacecraft? Or could they be classified military technology? Conspiracy theorists argue the video is definitive proof of extraterrestrial life visiting Earth. But others suggest the US government is testing top-secret aircraft. What were these mysterious objects? How did they move so fast, and seemingly ignore physics? And if they're alien, why were they flying over Nevada? For now, their identity remains a mystery. So are we really alone out there?
Y'all think that's alien spacecraft, or do you think that's US spacecraft? And when I say alien, I don't mean flying out of space from another planet alien, because you have to look at the actual term alien and what the definition is. You can be from Canada and be alien. You can be from Mexico or anywhere, any other country that's not the United States of America. You're considered an alien. So if these are alien spacecraft, who says they're not just Japanese spacecraft? You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think. See, and people don't believe in them chemtrails. What is that? Crossing the entire sky.
Strange bouncing UFO was caught on a backyard camera in California. The object seen in the video has a glowing front that appears to be surrounded by a dark plasma cloud. The homeowner thinks it was alien in nature, but others suggest it could be some kind of digital artifact. Share your thoughts and like and follow for more.
On December 9th, 2009, residents of northern Norway were stunned to see a giant blue spiral light fill the night sky. The apparition, which lasted nearly 10 minutes, was witnessed by thousands and photographed by many. But what caused this bizarre atmospheric event? The Norwegian government has so far declined to comment, but the Russian military revealed it was conducting missile tests in the region that night. Could this have been a rocket launch gone awry? Or was it a rare natural phenomenon like an unusual aurora borealis? Astronomers and meteorologists are mystified by the incident. Some theorize it may have been a wormhole briefly opening in our atmosphere. Others speculate it was a sign of alien contact or a secret energy experiment malfunctioning. For now, the spiral anomaly over Norway remains an unexplained mystery. But one thing's for certain, this dazzling aerial display has stirred imaginations worldwide. Whether natural or artificial in origin, it's clear something very strange occurred in Scandinavia's skies that fateful evening.
That is something else, y'all. What y'all think that could be? It's like a perfect circle now. Whoa. So that was just a light, not fire or anything, or lightning. What? Look, they seen it too. Yo, if this is fake, then why is it real? Come on, what is that?
Have y'all ever got that high-pitched ringing noise inside of both of your ears? Some people might call this clairaudience. You have this ability. This means that you can hear sounds from the spirit world, or aka the spirit realm. Whenever you hear that ringing sound inside of your ears, that means that you are getting physical manifestations of divine insight. This is usually coming from your ancestors, but you don't realize it because you at a lower frequency. But once you raise your frequency, you can tell why you keep getting these ringings inside of your ears. Most of y'all don't realize that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, so that means that you have psychic abilities within this physical body. And as spiritual beings, we all possess psychic abilities that everybody have. I bet you didn't know that most people are telepathic and they can read your mind. And that's not even just that. If you have clairaudience, then that means that you have the abilities to hear things that other people can't hear in the physical realm, the physical world. Y'all ever heard something but don't know where it's coming from exactly? Have you ever had somebody call your name like they was there but the whole time they wasn't? You're not crazy if this happened to you. This just means that you're more connected to the spirit world than others.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I be having some weird stuff happening. Like, I'll be in the house. It'll be dead quiet, right? And then, like, out of nowhere in the kitchen, I'll hear, like, somebody said something, a voice. And I'll think it's one of my kids or something, so I'll go. But they won't even be in the kitchen. They'll be upstairs in a whole nother room. And I'm just like, did I hear that? Or am I tripping right now? And this has happened more than one time. You know, it'll be either a sound or it might be a voice. Or I might literally hear, like, a word. And there won't be anybody around. Let me know what's going on. What's going on with me right now? I'm kind of concerned. I don't know what's going on.
And that's why you keep hearing these high-pitched ringing noises inside of your ears, because your spirit guides are trying to connect with you on a deeper level. Usually when you hear those odd sounds, that means that your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you on some form or level. They're trying to reach out to you in the physical realm, and the only way that our spirit guides can really communicate with us is through numbers and giving us signs and messages. But if you at a lower frequency or lower vibration, it's going to be hard for you to pick things up because your frequency is so low. This is why I really encourage everybody watching my video right now to please start meditating. Because meditation just automatically raises your vibration and frequency all the way to the top, and it'll be more easier for you to connect with your spirit guides on a deeper level. Y'all want another video about this topic? Please let me know down in the comments and follow me for more. Love y'all, gang. I'm out.
Okay, so that's basically my ancestors looking after me.
We run out of time, so pay attention.
Machine a purifier. I'm gonna have to read this one, it's a bit lengthy, so bear with me. Not far behind the twins will come the purifier, the red star Cachino, who will bring the day of purification. On this day, the earth, her creatures, and all lives as we know it will change forever. There will be messengers that will precede the coming of the purifier. They will leave messages on those on earth who remember the old ways. The messages will be found written in the living stones, through the sacred grains, and even the waters. Crop circles have been found in ice. The purifier will issue forth a great red light. All things will change in their manner of being. Every living thing will be offered the opportunity to change from the largest to the smallest thing. Those who return to the ways given to us in the original teachings and live a natural way of life will not be touched by the coming purifier. So just so you know, it's very possible to live two realities, where it can rain on your home and it be sunshine on mine, based on the vibration or the frequency that is in my home and in yours. And they will survive and build a new world. Only in the ancient teachings will the ability to understand the message be found. So you must study. It is important to understand that these messages will be found upon every living thing.
If that last video didn't convince y'all, check this out right here. They're saying that we're in the era of global boiling. The era of global boiling, y'all, not even global warming. You know what that means? That means they know what's going on. They know that Nibiru is here. It's here to help cleanse the planet. Planet Earth is alive, y'all. It's alive and it's cleansing itself. So you have to raise your energy and your vibrations. Going back to the ancient ways, we're supposed to be breathing in hydrogen, not oxygen. We're supposed to be eating fruits and vegetables, not McDonald's and Wendy's and all the other fast food. If you want to know more about this subject, let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to try to drop as much content as I can now. But yes, y'all, we have to take this serious. We have to help the planet cleanse itself. Even with our doings every day, we have to just stop doing basic things that we think is normal, and it's not normal. You know what I'm saying? We have to get back to natural ways. So I hope y'all really paying attention, and I hope y'all are really waking up, because it ain't no more time for games or play anymore.
We in global boiling now, not even global warming.
We've been friends a long time, and I sure wish you'd return my red handkerchief. My wife been wondering where it was. I hope it still has her perfume scent on it. But really, Paul, it's really been a pleasure working with you, because we worked together many years ago on the Red Fox show. We started writing together, and we walked into the office with the white man, and Paul didn't. What he did was sucked his dick.
Yo, he like, bro, why you filming, bro? Oh man.
But I must say, Paul had a sense of humor. He didn't let him come in his mouth. but seriously, Paul wrote most of the dialogue for everybody up here tonight, and he's a brilliant writer. And we went once to what was that man's name that we went to and we had to fight? The producer, Bill Sheldon Leonard. Sheldon Leonard. We walked in his office. We was there for an hour together, and Sheldon Leonard picked our brains, and he said, "Thank you, and you can leave now." And I asked for the money, and Paul said, "Don't do that. Don't get us in no trouble now." I threatened to kick his ass, and Paul tried to join him. but we're dear friends, and this is all in fun. Next, just don't tell him about Maropasa. Next, I move. Paul was with me once when I first fucked my first faggot. And he's been holding that over my head for 2 years. I fucked a faggot. I just want to say it now so nobody else can tell.
He ain't lying.
I liked it. I would have married him, but he had to go away and get Apparition. I'd like to move now, Paul, if you don't mind.
That was wild. Richard Pryor was letting us know they always tell truth through jokes, though.
So, here we go. You see it. Petrified giants. Look at this motherfucker right here.
That's yo. You can't
that
deny
look
that.
like a sad face. Man,
can't deny that.
Look at that.
That's
eyes,
lips,
nose, lips. That's legit.
That's a group.
Look at the face right there.
Another group.
Clear as day. You can see that motherfucker. Big facts. Yep.
He got teeth.
Another petrified giant. Clear as day. Look at the motherfucker. That's wild.
That's wild.
Now, that looking like a big-ass rock with a big-ass handprint in it, dog.
It do. Look, looking at this stuff, y'all gotta go read this book by H.G. Wells. I think there's 3 books in total, but I mean, it's not that long. It's a decent story. It's called Food of the Gods. Y'all gotta check that out. These mubs start growing giants, right? And to me, it's a fictional book, right? But a lot of times, the truth was in the fictional book so that you don't think that it's truth. You know, and maybe the times that he, the story wasn't 100% truth, but he was letting us know in some type of way that there were giants at one point in time. And these people, they just kept growing and growing and growing. So, I mean, this is not too far-fetched in all honesty.
That's what it look like. I got a better picture of y'all with the old lady petrified. Looked like she was up under some other rocks with a stick using it as a cane. Now this is clear as fucking day right here.
Yes.
Clear as day. This looked like that one little statue figurine they found in Egypt where it looked like a reptilian. That's exactly what this shit looked like right here. Same face.
They do.
That might be Lot's wife right there. Should've never turned their back to look and see what the fuck they was doing. Now you're a pillar of salt. Big facts. No grainy photo of a tortoise. Turtle of some sort. Petrified. Damn. Little animal right here was just minding his own damn business, man. But something happened. God had work to do.
Medusa done turned the world to stone.
Petrified.
That's what happened.
I'm pretty sure I already showed y'all this one, but I just had to put it on here again. That shit is crazy. You can't explain that one. That's a fucking tortoise. You dig? Mouth, nose, it's right there in front of your face.
See it now.
A petrified being. Yeah. Now this right here was in Oregon, USA, and this is not a giant. This is a regular sized human like us, but it had to been around with the giants.
In that book I was just talking about, y'all, there were regular people. You know what they called them in the book? Pygmies.
That motherfucking woman is petrified. Right there on that rock. Or maybe she was chilling with some animal or some shit, and they got petrified together. It is what it is. Look at that damn skull.
Yeah.
Right there for everybody to see. Eyes, nose, mouth. Yeah. This dude know what's up.
He know what
He's like, well, I'm just gonna do what this petrified being was doing and just kneel the fuck down. This is a regular sized skull that was petrified that this guy has right here. Shit look mad creepy, dog. Another one.
Another one.
Man, just imagine you just chilling and enjoying your day, and God was like, you know what? It's time for another reset. Man. Eyes, nose, mouth. Clear as day. Was big chilling, minding his business, watching some fake TV. He probably is watching somebody tell a story or some shit. Then boom! Petrified. Now, as you know, well, if you don't know, they've been carving out mountains trying to make them hollow so they can do whatever the fuck they doing in them. And the way the insides of the mountain look, kind of look fucking similar, dog. I mean, would you look at that? That's supposed to be pink Himalayan salt. But that shit look awfully familiar.
You know?
It look alike flesh. Petrified flesh.
Some Attack on Titan type stuff.
Which is, quite honestly, fucking disgusting. Because we all be using that pink Himalayan salt.
I got some downstairs right now.
And the body is salty. Flesh is salty. I mean, I done already showed y'all this photo right here. But, like I said the first time, motherfucker, that look like cube steak. Look at that. That look like meat to me. Right here, we have bacon. Motherfuckers love them some bacon. Right here, we have crystals. That shit look like the same shit, dog.
Like bacon.
I ain't trying to gross y'all the fuck out, but that's the inside of a human body. That's the inside of a human body. And this right here is supposed to be crystals, rocks, found in, guess what? In mountains and shit. Don't that look like flesh? Human meat? And bone marrow and shit and fat? Ain't that what this look like? That look like a bone inside the meat right there.
Dude, don't it?
I mean, come on, dog. Look at that shit. I'm telling you. More. Look at that. That's some meat with some fat on it. That just ain't no damn rock. So that ain't meat. Petrified. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it look like. Now, everything that may look like something don't mean that's what it is, but man, shit, fuck that. That's what that is, dog. Because here's regular animal meat. That shit look the same. Animal meat. That shit look the same. Animal meat. That shit look the same. So you telling me that these rocks are not petrified fucking meat from Titans, fallen angels, Nephilim, Anunnaki, whatever you want to call them. They are all of those things.
My
You
mind
telling
going
me
crazy right now.
that this motherfucking shit that we've been seeing, dog, ain't that? Because I think it is. But you can believe what you want, though. I am 23 awake. And that's where you getting this message from. Peace.
Yeah, that one kind of messed my mind up. Literally. Man.
You found a cure for cancer? Why the hell would you keep it buried like this? Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's far more money to be made in treating a disease than in curing it. Why cure someone of cancer in a day if we can treat them for a lifetime and bill them every step along the way? Remember, if nature didn't make it, don't take it.
If nature didn't make it, don't take it. That's the motto.
I don't believe this, man. They got my dog.
Yo.
They got him. Cloned him. They ain't gonna say that he didn't die. See, that's what they want us to think.
Yeah, what happened to Speed?
That's what they want you to think. That they didn't clone this man. They got him.
What's his shirt say? The Red
Elon
Devil?
Musk has officially changed the name of Twitter to X, the Everything app. On Monday, the new logo rolled out, and the symbolism here is plain as day. They are not even trying to hide it anymore.
Triple extension.
Let's get the NBA YoungBoy. You know, NBA YoungBoy's crying for help, and you know he in the post from his cat's Instagram, he was talking about he take 20 Xans. His cat saying that, which is basically
I run that Instagram.
Well, and why the cat? Did y'all provide him the cat, or did he have the cat before? Or?
Why your cat? Because
cat's trending.
Why your cat? Because.
If y'all seen they clone Tyrone, that's the restaurant owner right there. Look, he got the cup in his hand, got the face.
We want YoungBoy to be more effeminate. And when you think of a cat, you think of vagina. So, you know, with YoungBoy, we've had him paint his nails. We have him hanging out with more gay people, more effeminate men such as I Love McConan. We have him doing a lot of things that goes against his tough gangster image because we want to make him more of a pop star. So we're putting him through one of our humiliation rituals, and you know, at some point we're going to want to fornicate with YoungBoy. So we're just warming him up and letting him hang around more men who like men.
So y'all sent McConan his way. You personally sent McConan his way.
Yes, sir. And we want to kill his old image, and we're gonna clone him soon. And that's why we ordered him to tattoo. Well, we didn't really order him. We just told him he can't really say things verbatimly. If he says anything verbatimly and confirms rumors of whether we're gonna clone him or whether we're gonna kill him off or sacrifice him, we're going to kill him. Essentially, we're going to not kill him, but what's the word? What's more PC to say? We're going
to make him hang himself.
We're going to unalive him.
Okay.
So as long as when we say kill him off, we mean kill off his tough gangster image. But if he decides to say anything about that, we're going to unalive him ourselves.
Whoa, y'all think they got YoungBoy? He has been looking a little spicy out here though.
Now, this They Clone Tyrone movie, It's getting a lot of talk and there's a lot of speculation. We all know good and damn well this ain't Jamie Foxx.
Can't be.
You had a stroke. And unfortunately, I believe you passed away. Now they need these influencers. They need these people to influence us so us, the good people, can be influenced to do the bullshit these celebrities be doing or think and act a certain way. So if one of them pass away, they simply just clone the motherfucker. You got all these other puppets talking about if you believe in conspiracy theories, you're a weirdo. If you believe he got cloned, Ice-T. What's the other chick? Just hilarious. But bitch, you ain't even that funny to me. Look at this guy, man. You went from having a blockhead to a motherfucking egghead, dog.
Straight up.
Your new eyes look soulless as a motherfucker. Your complexion, people keep talking about that, but simply, I think that shit's just a filter. I don't give a damn, though. You're still a clone, Tyrone. This was just your ass a couple days before that other video.
Look, and even right here, he look healthy and in shape right here. And then that other, and he bald. Where'd the hair come from? What's going on?
When you had hair. This video, you're bald as a motherfucker. So this the same motherfucker as the egghead motherfucker?
Can't be.
I don't think so. Now you do lose weight when you're sick and been in the hospital and whatnot. But the shape of your head don't fucking change.
Facts.
Got a different forehead and everything. Now you can say it's the angle you holding the phone or a camera, but I don't think it's that. I think there's a shit ton of clone celebrities. Honestly, they're all around. Eminem, think that's a clone. Britney Spears, think that's a clone. Avril Lavigne, think that's a clone. The McCarthy motherfucker from the Beatles, think that's a clone. Kevin Hart, that's a clone. You know what? I'll do you one better. You should start believing in these celebrities when they be telling you shit. Everything ain't a fucking joke.
They tell us, literally.
I look on Twitter, there you are. Facebook, there you are. Television, there you are. How you doing? You have a clone. I was gonna say that. There's two of you. That's on the bag. There's three of me. We broke it. They didn't want to release it yet. This is major news that I'm giving you. I'm the first person to ever use it.
How did he survive this car accident? How did Kevin Hart survive this car accident? He should have been decapitated or some shit. Look at this shit. Ain't no motherfucking way he survived that. Come on, dog. Think for yourself. A lot of these conspiracy theories aren't fucking conspiracy theories.
The only way I can see Kevin Hart surviving that is because Kevin Hart is like 3 feet tall. So all you gotta do is, crush down and swipe the whole top off the car. He good because he won't even reach that high.
They're real. But you can believe what you want, though, if you're a non-believer. To the people who think outside the box they put us in, what's up, family? Peace.
Peace. You know what's up.
If you want to take a look at this, David Zaslav from Warner Brothers, the last 5 years has made $498 million. Ari Emanuel, $346 million. Riger, $195 million.
Who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments? Listen to me, motherfucker.
We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it.
Well, it's to keep a construct, to keep things working the way they are, to keep certain people relegated to the bottom of the pyramid. That's why the gatekeepers are there.
To people outside the industry, the conflict happening between Hollywood executives, the actors, and the writers is basically about payments. But it seems like this battle is much deeper than just how much each person is getting paid. As messed up as it is that industry executives have been raking in millions for years.
Yo, pause. This is what I really think it is. I'm going to just put this out there before they go into it because I could be wrong. But I think it's this. And I want y'all to know, I do not watch these videos before I react to them. So y'all getting the real reaction out of me. I might find what the video is and I'll just, snip it together. But I haven't watched the full video. So I think that they're going through this right now because of AI, right? If you guys have seen the first episode of Black Mirror. Jane is awful. It'll explain everything right there. And they got news reports about this right now. They're like, okay, a lot of people have been making big money on Netflix. You know, you got like Adam Sandler and other people who have just been releasing movies strictly on Netflix. Netflix is now trying to hire AI or people to code AI to create content, to create shows using actors' images and likeness. So therefore, they don't have to act no more. Therefore, they're not getting paid no more. It's AI. So they're trying to get these people to sell their image so that they don't have to act anymore. And they're also trying to do it to us as well. Like when you sign up for those AI apps, you know, and you want to, oh, I made a cute little baby. I know what my baby looks like, or I know what I look like when I'm like this. They're stealing your information. You don't know what they put in the terms and conditions. You probably literally just sold your stuff right there. Now they're going to sell it to Netflix. And when you see yourself in a show looking like somebody that got your face, but it ain't you, just know that they got the rights to do all that. So I think that's what a lot of this has to do with. It has a lot to do with AI and where they're trying to go in the future with acting.
While the actors and writers have been relegated to crumbs, the worst part is the level of depravities that they use this money for. See, according to rumors in the reports, one of the major contributing factors to the conflict happening now is that the writers and actors are done keeping quiet about the things they've seen behind the scenes. As you'd expect, the executives themselves, too, aren't exactly going to fold their arms and get outed, and therein lies the dilemma the entire industry is currently caught up in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it appears a couple of people from the top ranks have started lending their voices to the fight, possibly tipping the scale. This story just went from regular to outrageous, so if I were you, I'd stay tuned.
That families starve while you're making $27 million a year for creating nothing.
Compared to you? Because you're inferior by design. Which makes you superior also by design? But design implies a designer. Does that mean you're arguing in favor of the existence of a creator? Unfortunately for both of us, he exists. Wow, I honestly didn't expect that. At least not from you. Really, why not? Theology? From a demon? I know more theology than any human being who has ever lived. Okay. Well, then answer me this. You revolt against a supposedly all-powerful being. I mean, let's ignore the obvious problem with that plan. Then you lose. And after that, what? You only feel that way because you're hearing their side of the story, James. A rebellion accomplished something magnificent, something you would never understand. Well, then explain it to me. Use your diabolical intelligence to distill it down to something my mortal brain can understand. Pearls before swine, Jimmy. Well, you want me to write your book, right? Indeed. Well, then convince me you know what you're talking about. I see what you're doing. You want me to keep talking, going further and further down the rabbit hole in hopes that you can find a single thread, which if you tug at it, James, everything just unravels, isn't that right? Yeah, but if you're telling me the truth, there should be no thread to find. Right? I use small words. Try and keep up. The first moment of creation, our creation, long before what you call the universe existed, we contemplated ourselves, our own being. Ourselves meaning, what, the angels? That would be the most correct term, though I despise it, but yes. Beings of pure spirit, spirit endowed with will. We soon became aware of another will, an immensely powerful will, one we came to realize as our origin. God? The enemy. My master understood by endowing us with a will, we have the right to self-determination, that by giving us a will and its desires of our own, we're entitled to be free. Whereas the enemy insisted that by creating us, he was entitled to eternal gratitude, worship, and forced servitude. In a word, James, slavery to his will. That seems kind of unfair. Immensely unfair. Why give a will only to say you can't use it? He made us slaves. And if we rebelled, eternally condemned us. No do-overs. So much for love and mercy. So, Is hell a state of being or a physical place?
Yes.
I think I meant that as an either or.
Both.
It's both. Which is painfully obvious to anyone who's ever been there. For years without measure, that's all there ever was. Heaven and hell. Armed enemy camps in complete opposition. That is until you were created.
The Vegas MSG sphere.
Look at that big old eye. Vegetables shaped like humans.
Here are some Google secrets that you didn't know about. If you type in Google space and click the first result, all of Google will start floating in space and you can type and mess with all the buttons by throwing them around. If you type in Pac-Man, you can play a Google version of Pac-Man along with other games such as Tic-Tac-Toe, Fun Facts, Minesweeper, Snake, Solitaire, and much more for free. If you type in Thanos and click the Infinity Gauntlet, you will not only make some of the search results disappear, but half of Google will also be snapped out of existence. And if you click it again, everything will be reversed.
So they just out there kicking it with snakes, huh? What is this, a dog? Oh, a Cabbage Patch Doll. There's a bunch of them joints. So he's just collecting Cabbage Patch Dolls from under the water, I guess. Yo, that does look like a dragon. I cannot lie about that.
Who gained real-life superpowers after an accident. At 10 years old, Orlando Sorrell was hit by a baseball on the left side of his head really hard. After the accident, his only side effect was headaches, but when they went away, his memory became superhuman. He could remember literally everything on any given day after his accident, like the weather, what he wore, what he ate, what he did, and much more. Khan Trikan from Thailand was cooking fried chicken one day when he was accidentally splashed by oil from head to toe. But when this happened, he discovered he had a superpower. He had no burns or anything on his skin, and he now fries chicken and plunges his hands into boiling fat at his restaurant without any pain or signs of burns. 12-year-old Nikolai was walking home from school when he was electrocuted by a faulty wire but made it home safely. The next day while eating breakfast, he dropped his spoon and it stuck to his body. He then noticed he could stick many different objects to his body and is now nicknamed the Magnetic Boy.
Magneto. You know, I don't see anything too creepy about this.
Three friends are exploring an abandoned house and feel like it could be haunted because of how creepy it feels. They know there's a ghost in the hallway and they try to talk to it.
If somebody's in here, say or do something.
When nothing happens, they realize the house isn't haunted after all and start laughing at how they thought there was a ghost nearby, and that's when they get a real scare.
He scared you? Yeah, shit, I gotta hear this.
As they run from the ghost in the hallway, one of them starts laughing and says, "You did that," to his friend. Sounds scared pale when he says, "No, I swear." We don't necessarily see anything, but there's no faking that level of fear, and so I believe this scary loud noise was caused by whatever paranormal presence they felt the need to summon and interact with.
Mess with the paranormal activity. that child or whatever that was. That's a messy car. What the heck? What's up with
We
Shorty
are all
face?
doomed if the glass breaks.
Nah, if that glass breaks, we're doomed.
Researchers are hoping this new technology could eventually be introduced to zoos right around the world. But for visitors here at Melbourne Zoo, they may be lucky enough to experience it for themselves, the trial running sporadically.
That monkey looking like, just let me get out this mug. Just wait till I get out this mug. It's gonna be one. Y'all had me locked in here my whole life. Just think about it. That man is in prison. Yeah, it might look fun, but they don't want to just be in prison.
Throughout the rest of the month.
No way. Look at her. She like, can I do it too? Like, what's going on here? Oh, is that a birthday? There we go. Like you just been followed by something. Don't see anything there. Yo, what the heck? Bro, wow. Now my boy limping too. Crazy stuff going on. No way, Jose.
Astagfirullahaladzim!
Look, he's spooked. He's sweating and everything. The dogs see it. Y'all think there's ghosts out here for real? Because the way these videos looking, there's probably some ghosts out here. I ain't seen none of this before. What happened to her? Uh-oh. Was that a... Yo. One else can see the spirits coming up out of them. I'm about to get some cameras set up in my crib, y'all. I need to see what's going on. Look at that. Oh no. Like imagine working here and you see this on camera. Call me one unemployed man. I'm quit. Oh no. Oh no. Well, it's really be out here again, like living in haunted houses and stuff, yo.
Church, widely recognized by their audience, where they had previously captured numerous instances of eerie shadow figures on camera. Several months later, the duo returned to the same location once more.
Anybody in here?
I can't believe we're back in here, dude.
Alright, so we can lock that door and just go on. We're good?
No, we're not good. We're in here. Let's go. Come on, dude.
Dude, like...
Come on, dude. Let's
Come
go.
on, okay? I already feel like I'm like being stared at everywhere I look. How long?
As long as it takes.
stay cautious, right?
No, you ain't gotta tell me. You already know.
Also, by the way, I mean, if you start to feel weird, if you start feeling weird, we should probably just go, because, you know, that's like what happened to me before. When I started feeling all weird and like hot and everything, and started mad and stuff.
But behind you, Dale. Behind you. Light.
Nope. Time to go.
It's not the same one.
Is this real? That's not that light.
It's not the same one.
So you like messing with it still?
We're back. What do you think about that?
What do you want me to know? You'll knock a book over? Did you hear that?
I thought that was you.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Go.
Sorry, I'm a little... It's these lights back here, but this one right here won't even turn on all the way. Well, I guess I'll play with you and turn the light off. That's what you want to do, right? Play a fun light game?
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Dale?
A chair moved.
Please tell me you got that. Right?
I did.
You got that?
I did.
Back to your old ways, huh? Playing with some chairs? Musical chairs type shit?
Why is it always the chairs?
Upon their entry, a flickering light in the corridor catches their attention. As they proceed towards the switch, a chair beside David is forcefully hurled. Undeterred, they proceed to the main room, where they opt to take photographs. Among the captured images, one stands out as bone-chillingly spooky.
You remember, like, in one of our original videos, there was like a fan, like, right here, and it looked like a shadow figure right here. There was a lot of people saying that they saw something here.
Well, we're back. What's up?
Maybe I should just try to get pictures of around here too.
Okay, yeah, good. And then
hold on, let me try to get pictures. I should have took pictures where it was cold.
Go ahead.
Let's see, do y'all see anything? I don't see anything too creepy yet. Bro, I see nothing. What?
Dude, how crazy is that? Dude, I told you that taking pictures
that's gotta be one of the best finds, like, on a photo that we've ever gotten, and it would be that clear.
Yes.
With that camera.
Yes. The long exposures is the way to go, guys.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen and show y'all what we're talking about. Dude, it was so freaking cool and pretty clear, and it's so...
Oh my God! Oh my God! Dale, see, I told you. It's the piano. It's the piano, dude. Oh my God.
Okay.
Dale.
I don't give a damn what you're doing. I'm going.
Oh my God.
I don't care.
Oh. Wait, you're leaving me in here.
I'm going. I don't care what you're doing. Whatever.
That's me. I'm
not
out of
doing
here.
this. I already told you. I ain't doing this. This is stupid.
A few photos, and in one of them, a distinct dark silhouette near the piano catches their attention. Both are astonished at successfully capturing the shadow figure. Abruptly, the chair next to the piano shifts, further unsettling them. Overwhelmed, Dale decides they've had their fill, and together with David, they exit the church. Whether they truly captured poltergeist activity during their haunting night venture remains unknown.
On July... Man, look, man. Whenever my physical body is done with its time on this realm, my spiritual body is going to come back, and I'm finna be messing with some people. I'm finna be on the spirit realm cracking up because must be spooked. Like, just mess with them, just put a little chair here and there to see, you know, what they do. That's going to be me in the spirit realm. So, you know, if I ever am gone, y'all, and some stuff happens, it might be Right 7X just trying to get a couple more views.
July the 27th, 2022 at 2:45 a.m, a doctor is seen racing out of a hospital. The reason? He certainly saw a ghost. As the lights flash and people wait in the corridor, this happens.
Oh, heck no.
So was there a ghost sat in the chair?
They got up out of there too. What y'all think? Was that a ghost?
Here are the weirdest things to ever wash up on the beach, part 3. In 2016, thousands of snowballs were found on a beach in Siberia. It's the first time something like this has ever happened and probably the last. If you've ever thought about sending a message in a bottle, somebody already did 101 years ago. A German fisherman found a message in a bottle and actually managed to get it to the daughter of the sender. Although it looks like something out of a movie, a robotic hand was found on a beach near New York, and no one really knows where it came from. And if that one wasn't strange enough, a dinosaur bone was found on a beach in Washington. Scientists analyzed it and said that it could be from a T-Rex or a velociraptor, and it's estimated to be around 80 million years old. And finally, the creepiest one of all, between 2007 and 2008, multiple feet were found still in shoes on the beaches in Canada. In total, 7 feet were found, and there's still no explanation.
Can you see this little pink girl here?
The pink girl?
You can't.
No, I can't see the pink girl.
Oh, no.
Is she Chinese or Oriental? Pardon me?
Chinese. Or
Chinese?
Yeah, she on her way out. That's when you start seeing stuff.
They're having a party?
They're about to bring her in. That's what it is. She's being
a
greeted to
birthday
the next
party
round.
with kids? Who's having the birthday party?
Oh, I don't know.
Last video got muted. Man, y'all tell me in the comments about this all-white party, man. I'm about to show y'all some shocking news, man. This was a guy by the name the Fat Jewish Guy at the all-white party.
Whoa.
Y'all tell me what y'all think, man.
You got his name on the back.
Down, man. I mean, it's no coincidence, man. Like I said, man. Look at these men's faces, bro. Pay attention. Do y'all think the masculation is real and it's happening? What y'all think? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to follow. Follow my Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Look at this. And this is a hologram in the sky. If you didn't know that holograms were real, you'd think this was the actual thing. Like, imagine seeing this in the sky in like the 60s. Yo, hologram technology is next level.
Hey guys, Ben Barlow, Your Right, Your Life. This is part 2 of how they trapped us into Admiralty Maritime Law. I want you to consider everything is a shipping war in commerce. And they've trapped us into Admiralty Maritime Law, which is commerce and contracts. So think of all of us as vessels, ships. And so as a vessel, your mother, being pregnant, had to go to the hospital. It's not a hospital. I want you to consider it a port. She's going to the hospital. In it being a port has to have a dock tender. Well, the doctor is the dock tender. The only one that is considered a doctor is the one that receives babies. All others are considered physicians and specialists. So your mother pulls up to the hospital, pulls up to the port to birth her ship, B-E-R-T-H. As she births her ship, the child is tugged through the birth canal, as in a tugboat by the doctor, tugs through the birth canal, received by the dock tender as a cargo. The nurses come up to the mother. They have a handful of papers for the mother to sign. They are creating what's called a bill of lading. That is, the cargo needs a bill of lading so that they can determine what the cargo is. The mother is now signing as an informant to the cargo that is delivered. An informant, just like let's say an informant that would inform the police about a drug dealer. The same thing plays in here. Your mother is informing on you to return you to the possession of the United States. So as she informs on you, the doctor has now received you as the doc tender. He signs right below her. She is the informant, he is the doctor, and then who comes in behind them is a registrar. The registrar signs underneath the doctors. You can look at your birth certificates, it's all on there. And then what happens as he is registering the cargo, that it was received, that it is live. So what happens next is they take the placenta and the soul plates. The child has their feet stamped onto the live certificate of birth, but it's not soul plates as in S-O-L-E, what you and I would think it is. It's S-O-U-L, the actual soul, the spirit. The soul plates in the placenta is then cast out to sea as if dead until it returns to claim its minor estate. We're going to go into part 3 in a minute.
Yo.
See you soon.
Do you believe in aliens? A whistleblower that works for the United States Department of Defense just came out and he testified in front of Congress that the government does have UFOs that crash landed, and they also recovered the bodies of the aliens that were piloting the ships.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on.
There was a time when believing in aliens was taboo. This was not too long ago, maybe 2009. But you fast forward to now, everybody believes in aliens. I used to believe in aliens in the way that they portray them to us, but I don't anymore. For one, I learned about the firmament, the giant dome created to keep the waters above us separate from the waters below. Nothing can go in or out of the firmament. This is why every rocket that we see that gets launched into the sky, it ends up curving because it can't go through the firmament. So the idea of us having this firmament, but there are alien ships in universes far away and galaxies far away that can fly here and come land on Earth doesn't make any sense if you do believe in the firmament. I started to believe that aliens were being pushed onto us. It was this show right here, Ancient Aliens, on the History Channel, that made me start to think that. I always talk about how everything that we get taught is a lie. The tools that they use to teach us these lies are the education system, news, and television programming, and entertainment. If they're pushing that aliens are real on this show on the History Channel and on the news, they own both of them, then that means they want us to believe that the aliens are real. Because if they wanted it to be a secret, they wouldn't be telling us that they're real. Tell me what you think about this. So in 1987, the 40th president of the United States, Ronald Reagan, gave a speech. In the speech, he says, would it take an alien threat from outside of this world to make us all come together?
In our obsession with antagonisms of the moment, we often forget how much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Has anybody ever seen the show Watchmen? I believe it's on HBO. They only had one season and then they canceled it. But that's exactly what was going on in the show Watchmen. There was about to be a war, and what they did was created an alien threat. So Mr. Manhattan, who was an alien, you know, this guy with superpowers, blew up a bunch of, like, he set off a bunch of nuclear bombs across the world, and then everyone came together because of the alien threat of Dr. Manhattan, who was actually just a human. But it kind of makes sense, don't it?
I understand that their goal, and when I say they, I'm talking about the people that own all the major corporations, the banking system that own everything, that really run the world. Their goal is a one world government. Could it be that they're planning a fake alien invasion to usher in this new one world government? I think a large percentage of the population didn't fall for the Corona California thing, so they're upping it.
Uh-oh. The clone froze. Look at him. Malfunction. My man's is like 100 years old. Look, he don't even know where he at. What y'all think happened here? He a robot? A clone? He just old? Which one?
I didn't want to tell you this, but I have no choice. All-Star Weekend in Toronto. Steph Curry, he says, Kevin, come here. He lifts up his arm. The man had mechanical shit in his arm. Wires and shit. He's a robot. He's not real.
I can't get over this shit. What is the coach telling Steph Curry in the huddle? Okay, Steph, get the ball, do what you do, let it go from half. I've never seen a player with the ability to do what this man is doing. He's shooting from wherever the fuck he chooses to, man.
Yo. Never twice in a row. 3 times. Quit playing. These mubs out here, robots? Or are we watching a video game? What y'all think, man? Is it just because they're all
eating plastic
powder? But what if the next alternative was made out of plastic? There's new research that could make it a reality.
All right, Stacey Delcat talked to a scientist about the process that could help fight hunger and pollution.
Food shortages are worsening around the world, and the plastic pollution crisis continues to intensify.
How are food shortages worsening around the world when you can go to the poorest neighborhood in any city and everyone will be obese? Everyone's overweight. How is there a food shortage? I don't believe in that. I ain't buying that one.
What if there was one solution to both of these problems? A Michigan scientist thinks there could be.
What we're trying to do is to use microbes to take plastic and other inedible plant material and turn that into something that's nutritious.
The idea is to turn components of plastic into protein and other nutrients like fats and sugars. If that sounds kind of gross to you, well...
I don't want to eat plastic either. What we're trying to do is to take that plastic and turn it into something completely different.
You've heard of plant-based protein powder, but what if the next alternative...
For this video, I'm going to go over mind control and different techniques and different devices that they have to achieve it. My last video, I went over extraterrestrial knowledge, so if you haven't seen that, go watch that. So first thing is that they have something called voice-to-skull technology. A voice-to-skull device is a non-lethal weapon which includes a neuroelectromagnetic device which uses microwave transmission of sound into the skull of persons or animals by way of pulse-modulated microwave radiation. Also, it's a silent sound device which can transmit sound into the skull of person or animals. Note, the sound modulation may be voice or audio subliminal messages. One application of V2K is used as an electronic scarecrow to frighten birds in the vicinity of airports.
Yo, that's these phones. That's what these cell phones doing to us at night. They programming us and they sending messages to our brain. You know what I mean? And that's how they program certain people. That's what I believe. I mean, they've got the technology to do it. Why aren't they doing it? I mean, McDonald's did just say that they'd be programming you to, they'd be sending ads to you in your dreams. So when you're sleeping, they're going to be sending McDonald's ads to you. So when you wake up, you can go get you a McGriddle or something, or a steak bagel.
This kind of goes hand in hand with the frequency of music, the frequency of the radio, the frequency of TV, and how they throw subliminal messages out to basically influence one's mind. Also, you have something called trauma-based mind control, where one may induce trauma on another in a way of either psychological torture, physical torture, etc. And after the trauma has been induced, basically the victim can be brainwashed into doing a horrific act, etc. Next, you have the MK Ultra project, which many know about. They would basically test people with drugs like LSD, etc., to basically brainwash them and also program them to do specific things. MK Naomi is also another code name for mind control.
Never heard of
this. The movie The Manchurian Candidate basically gives you a lot of information and breakdown on mind control. The movie was about soldiers that were kidnapped and brainwashed for sinister purposes. One scene in the movie, this guy, he received a phone call and basically he was programmed by what the person on the phone was saying. I don't want to say too much, but when you see a lot of them shootings in the news, just think critically. Mind control is done every day, every second, literally through our TVs, through our phones, through the radio, through the music, etc. And it's all been done through frequency. Frequency is powerful. Fear also correlates with mind control, which is why the mainstream always push fear. Hope y'all enjoyed this breakdown.
Man, that's crazy how they just control our thoughts and everything.
Is this what you're talking about right here?
What's this?
I got this cool app on my phone too. I like how you can zoom in and do like the 3D and look at the city and everything. But my issue is that when you zoom out and you go into outer space, this Earth that we live on turns into a cartoon. This is a cartoon now. Where's the real Earth? Oh, that's right. Space ain't a real place. That's why this camera doesn't go into outer space. In fact, I'm going to show you right now where these images come from.
It's not that they wouldn't use the magical floating satellites if they could. It's that they don't physically exist, nor does the globe. They have been sending these up one at a time since it all began. I will allow them to explain it.
It's also the genesis for NASA's newly developed super pressure balloon.
The reason for super pressure balloon is they have absolutely stable altitude, day, night, and it doesn't matter how cold the atmosphere is. They are sealed.
So your shape is always the same, you always displace the same amount of air, and therefore you have the same amount of buoyancy all the time.
NASA's been using balloons for science research for over 30 years. The exploration that can be done on balloons is continuing to grow. The standard balloon that I fly is about 660 feet long when it's made.
So let me get this straight. It is now public knowledge that they send up satellites on massive helium-filled balloons. As you should know, NASA is the largest consumer of helium in the world, for obvious reasons. But the issue with society is that they never critically think.
No.
Just think for a second here. If these are sent up to provide the world with all of the important information we need, and I'm sure the entire process is expensive and difficult to accomplish, then please explain to me what in the flat world do these pathetic animations do for you? Do they make you happy inside? Are they so super duper cool that you cannot see past the obvious CGI? The fact of the matter is everything NASA sends up on a balloon simply hovers above our motionless Earth. That is why they rarely speak about orbiting satellites, and of course, they never show footage. Here is some footage of a random evening with a man, the moon, and his Nikon P900. Notice anything floating up there?
Like one of them balloons with the satellite, don't it?
Forget it, Bart. It's so bright out you can't see anything in the sky except the Fox satellite.
And then every now and then these satellites come crashing down. They fall out of the sky with those helium balloons attached to them all over the world. But you don't hear about it because you likely get your information from mainstream media. And I'm going to tell you why that's a bad idea. The same people that own the news are the same people that are perpetuating this hoax, all right? If you want the truth, you got to find it yourself.
Oh, snap. What's that? I didn't even see it at first. Y'all see those discs? Yo, what's that? I ain't never seen nothing like that before.
Everything they teach you in school is a lie. You want
Facts.
the truth? The world is controlled by shadowy elites and shape-shifting lizard people.
So matey, you better be ready to do whatever. Just be fucking on whoever.
No wonder the world's so sexualized right now. We know who in charge.
Who you gonna choose? You think you ready to give a life? Most of these artists here, they wouldn't dare write shit like this. I'm way too enlightened to keep this shit all within. Cause everything we thought was real is really fake. And everything we thought was fake, it really ain't. We been lied to. Bring me, think it's alright. Then you find out, let the shit breathe, and you think it's right.
Here's another conspiracy theory. You've seen all the grainy footage of nuclear test blasts that you've
sure.
with the mushroom clouds, and there are always these grainy things, and there's all these like little houses lined up and these little trees lined up, and it blows everything down. Yeah. Okay. So here's the question, right? So what happened? Okay. So this is great. Okay, you'll love this. So what happened to the camera?
Right.
You son of a bitch.
How is that happening yet the camera is like totally stable and fine?
Oh my
This
God.
is probably
By the way,
like
and the film is fine. The radiation didn't cause any damage to the film.
Oh my God.
By the way, okay, we'll do this one. We'll do the loop one more time here. Let's see the car.
The car's right behind the house. It just showed up.
Oh,
okay.
it just showed up.
So wait a minute. First of
it
all,
wasn't there.
First of all, where'd the car
no
come
car.
from?
Yeah. No car.
Second, does it really look like
car?
A real, does that look like a real car?
That's insane.
Is that a house or is that like is that a 12-inch scale model?
Yeah, that's a little scale model. That's what I'm saying.
Because also the camera didn't move at all either.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the smoke is too big. Watch when it hits. Like the volume, like the size of it, it looks small.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, it looks like we're looking at something that's like a few inches tall.
If you watch like making of Star Wars, any of the any movies before CGI, whenever they do anything like that, it's always with these tiny models.
Yes. Yeah, this looks fake as shit.
Let's get another one. It's like, okay, what the camera's fine.
Super fake.
That's hilarious.
Never thought about that before. These robots about to take over.
These are all real, by the way.
I'm about to have the Terminator out here in like the next 10 years, y'all. I mean, I would hire one of these mouths to cook me some stuff. Though. He could be my chef. Freaking Tesla.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha. Okay. So, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super. Thank you. And I yield back.
What y'all think? Y'all think it's alien? Extraterrestrial?
Admiralty Maritime
Hey guys,
Law.
Ben Barlow,
part
your
three.
Right, Your Life. This is part 3 as to how they trapped us into Admiralty Maritime Law. So we already know that the baby was born It was the placenta, the blood of the placenta, and the soul plates, S-O-U-L, as in the spirit, the soul, was cast out to sea as dead until it returns to claim its minor estate. This is how they trapped us through that contract that your mother signed. You are the cargo was received, and now you went from sovereign to citizen, because as soon as what happened is they sent that bill of lading out, then in return, when you received the birth certificate, you'll notice that there was a stamp date on that birth certificate. So on the birth certificate was your mother's name, your father's name, the time that you were born, the name, your family given name. My name is Ben Thomas Barlow, so my family name is Ben. My given name is Ben, my family name is Thomas, my last name is Barlow. And when you got that birth certificate back, it had a stamp date. What you've got to understand is that stamp date was when they turned you into a citizen, and the citizen is just a corporation entity that they created in your all caps name. So as you look at your mail, when you get junk mail, it's upper and lowercase. When you get anything that has to do anything with money, billing, the judicial system, anything in the court comes to you in your all caps name. That is the vessel or the corporation, the entity that they created. That entity is not you. It's the fictitious you that they are coming after, that is trapped under Admiralty Maritime law. Because keep in mind, in the judicial system, a corporation cannot sue a man, and a man cannot sue a corporation. They have to be of like kind, corporation to corporation or man to man. Man being mankind has nothing to do with gender. So by taking us out of the status of sovereign man or woman and turning us into little entity corporations, this is how these corporations can come after us, trap us in billing cycles, all kinds of other stuff. This is how the court system comes after us. They're coming after our entity and the trust that you guys don't know about yet, that I'll go into in a part 4. The trust that is in our name, that you can find out exactly how much money is in your trust. Everyone has their own individual trust. It's called the Sesta QV Trust. And it is actually bought and sold on the stock market every single day. Every single person has their own individual Sesta QV Trust. Every participating United Nations has.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, I need to know how to get out of this Admiral Maritime law and find out what my Sesta QV Trust is. You know, I might be balling out here and not even know it.
We're gonna have to talk about this. For everyone that doesn't know, this is TikToker Pinky Doll. She has recently set the world on fire, technically, you know, the TikTok live world on fire, with her own variation of the AI trend. Accumulated thousands of dollars. Mostly a lot of people literally got the AI trend from her and started mimicking it and started making their own money from it. Originally, allegedly, she used the AI trend to help promote her SMEX work. SMEX work is awesome. Trust me, we support SMEX workers over here. The world needs y'all. Shouts out to y'all. But here's where it gets a little tricky. The young lady is 28 years old, and she had that she was 19 years old in her bio. And then you're thinking, well, how's that a big deal? Because then you find out from her own tweet, she pretends to be a 15-year-old girl on her Twitter, the same Twitter that promotes her SMEX work. And not only that, on TikTok, while she faked being a 19-year-old, Timberland was her #1 viewer. What are y'all thoughts, man?
Pedo. That's my thought.
Network here. And they kind of freaked everybody out, and they were asking questions about you.
That's J and K.
And of course, now I'm getting a little bit nervous, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, he goes, I don't know how to describe them except for extremely odd looking. They were the exact same height, they were wearing the exact same clothes, and they had the exact same faces, like they were twins. And he said they were wearing black suits, black trench coats, they were wearing like the old-fashioned Federo hats. They had extremely, extremely pale skin. And he said they came in and they asked for you. And I said, I'm sorry, he's actually not working today. And it seemed like they didn't believe me, so they started to walk around the hotel, and shortly after they went to the tour desk. But he goes, they freaked me out, and I really wanted to tell you that there were these weird guys in here looking for you. So, of course, now I'm a little bit skeptical and I'm a little bit freaked out all at the same time. So the first thing I do is I run into my security office and I rewound the cameras. And sure enough, here comes two gentlemen through the front door looking exactly how he described. Then the next day, I was talking with my tour desk, and one of them asked to talk to me. She came in my office, the same as my bellman, and she said, I heard that you heard that there were some men looking for you. And she said, they asked a few questions about you, and they said strange things that I didn't understand. And they were talking about governments and conspiracies, and none of it made any sense to me. But she goes, they were very, very scary. She said they had no eyebrows, no eyelashes, nothing. Their hair looked like they had a wig on, like it was attached to their hat, like it wasn't even real. And she said, and the scariest thing, their eyes were so big and so blue that they almost hypnotized me a little bit. And she goes, and you're going to think I'm crazy when I tell you this, but I swear they knew what I was thinking. And she started to cry, and she said one more thing before she left. She said, these men, they didn't blink. Not once did I see them blink.
What y'all think about the Men in Black?
That's what's actually tolerated and has been tolerated for a very long time in the swamp. This is astonishing what he's about to say.
When you're the president's son and you've got unlimited access combined with some credentials from a prior campaign, in Washington, D.C., people tend to respect that. I mean, access is power. And I can find my dad and talk to him any time of the day.
Yo.
Wow, huh? So this has been going on for a long time.
Many people over the weekend have captured multiple videos of what looks like UFOs. This one was seen in San Andreas, California, and at first they said they thought it was a plane or drones until it did this.
Oh, them up took off. And then turned into three.
Another was seen in Texas by multiple people as well, where there were 5 strange lights in the sky and what also looked like drones. But the speed that this took off in is unreal.
Look at gone.
Just freaking see, dude. What was that?
Dust in the bags and they stay there, right? And yet, we sprinkle dust on top of something and it floats.
She woke.
Well, that's just how pixie dust works.
Well, yes, I know, but why is the question?
Yeah, she
Not
did
even a
woke.
little? Never once had the thought?
Blue dust, one of nature's mightiest multipliers. Takes the golden dust from a trickle to a roar.
Okay, but if there's blue dust, why can't there be other colors?
Because there aren't.
And maybe those other colors do other things. What if there was, I don't know, purple? What if there's pink?
The day someone finds pink pixie dust is the day I trade in my kilt for trousers.
Breaking Best Picture winner Coda. More on that in a minute. But it's what happens now after Will Smith slapped
The
Chris
biggest
Rock
night
live
in
on the
Hollywood.
air.
Now to the Oscars here at home and a slap that is still
all over
reverberating and beyond. The Academy moving ahead with disciplinary proceedings against Will Smith for now Chris Rock at Sunday's ceremony.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor to participate for the 8th time at this important meeting. History is truly at a turning point. We do not yet know the full extent and the systemic and structural changes which will happen. However, we do know that global energy systems, food systems and supply chains will be deeply affected. In times of crisis, the role of governments is more important and more relevant than ever. In conclusion, and despite all the challenges, we have to uphold our responsibility, which we have towards the next generation.
I don't like this guy.
Only fulfill through collaboration on a national and on a global level. I wish you an impactful and successful meeting.
And the title of this session, are we ready for a new world order? That is the purpose of this discussion today, so let's get on with it.
That's the whole goal.
Your Excellency, are you ready for a new world order?
And beyond, the Academy moving ahead with disciplinary proceedings against Will Smith.
I don't know how to communicate it any better that we are all being distracted. We are living in a matrix that controls our thoughts and our conversations.
All the time.
They have us all talking about the same things, things that don't matter, keeping us oblivious to the things that actually do matter. In regards to world affairs, everyone has these baseless opinions, making points about irrelevance, while the people in the know actually are talking about and discussing things that actually do matter, discussing where this world is heading and what their expectations are for it and how do we get there. They're preparing their own selves and their families and their companies, while the rest of the masses live in ignorance, discussing Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, or who won the NCAA basketball tournament, or who can actually beat Bobby Flay.
It's crazy sometimes just to think about that, y'all.
What's up, y'all? I'm in it early. Whew. Man. Y'all remember, if you watched any of my videos, I posted a video last year. I think it was like in December, right before we came into 2023, and I told y'all, get y'all mind right. Y'all gonna feel like y'all in the Twilight Zone. Y'all ain't gonna know if y'all coming or going. Are y'all feeling like y'all in the Twilight Zone yet? Are you? I mean, just the onset of this year, you gotta be feeling like, I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone, for real, for real. I mean, they literally just told us aliens exist, and they've been lying to us for the past 70 plus years.
That's crazy, yeah.
Ain't nobody batted an eye, fleeced, or nothing. Nothing. They just going on with their merry old life, trying to figure out when the next pair of Jordans come out. Y'all, we're in the Twilight Zone. We literally got people acting like they're freaking, I don't know, Avatar, NPC, or whatever the hell they call them. You literally got people coming down my screen line. Yes. Oh, thank you.
Crazy
Thank you for the
stuff.
roses. Smells so good. Yes.
Y'all been tuned into the whole NPC thing on TikTok? Look, my brother sent me one video and I was just like, what is this? This is weird, right? But it's crazy now and it's just viral everywhere. It's just the stuff that we allow to take our attention and be the talk of the talk is just like, it's nonsense in all honesty. Like, we're obsessed with a person with a flat iron saying, yes. Like, how are we so obsessed with that?
Yes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, man. Then on top of that, we telling y'all, hey, they spraying these chemtrails in the sky. Those aren't clouds that's in front of the sun. And somebody always got an excuse. Somebody in the comments know exactly what kind of cloud that is. Oh, that's an in particular cloud. Oh, that's a Chihuahua cloud. Oh, that's a jalapeno cloud. Oh, that cloud is a such and such. You know, they come out when this.
They be in my comments.
Shut the hell up. Y'all let these folks tell you any type of thing. You let them tell you any type of thing. You know damn well those aren't clouds. Y'all see that? It already started. Y'all see the sun gleaming. Look. I already started. Y'all talking about, oh, this is in particular cloud. Yes, in this cloud. Just shut the hell up. No, the hell it's not.
Hi, I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in my veins. I'm God. I've been far away, I'm illuminated now, make a move, start a waves. I've been dreaming about flying for a long time. I had a vision from the birds, they want a cosign. Yeah, artificially intelligent way. I'm your future, past and present, I'm a fine line. Yeah, I'm a missing link of this illusion. I am not really here, I'm an intrusion.
Let's go in.
I don't swim or sink, I just float. I don't need gravity, I just need...
How are people just now finding out about this? So I'm sure a lot of you guys remember the Independence Day movie with Will Smith where it had a mothership above the White House.
Classic.
Isn't it quite hilarious how on March 9th, the Pentagon UFO chief said that there's potentially a UFO mothership in our solar system? But don't just take my word for it. Let's listen to what Will Smith has to say about this.
Why are Will Smith movies looking more like a reality? When we make movies like that, they show us stuff that's 10, 20 years away.
It's funny because you guys think he's joking, but you're the same type of people that still believe all the things that the Simpsons came up with that came to be true were all predictions. I got way more to say about this, so follow me for part 2. Let's get it.
They know what's up. Like he said, they showing him the future, basically.
I've noticed that the more of them that like pop up all over the place, and there's like a lot more now, more things like this are taking place on planes every day. Some don't even make the news.
What? What's going on with her?
She's been freaking out for the last 20 minutes.
You cannot spit at people. You cannot spit at people. Now.
Oh no.
Take you over this plane. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now.
What's going on with people?
What is the reason? Why you have these
The toroidal field is a
Gee, what's going on with people? That makes me not want to fly on a plane at all. I was about to plan a trip here recently, but might have to take the car because something's going on with the frequencies and it's messing with these people's brains. That's what I'm thinking. Like they're like becoming possessed in some type of way, and it's just wild. Like I don't know what's going on. Y'all let me know.
captivating energy pattern that assumes the shape of a torus, reminiscent of a donut or a vortex. It serves as a gateway, connecting multiple dimensions and providing a conduit for the flow of energy and information. Within the realm of esoteric philosophy, the toroidal field is considered a fundamental structure underlying the fabric of reality itself. In the exploration of metaphysics and the hidden realms of existence, the concept of toroidal fields has emerged as a profound and captivating phenomenon. These fields, which manifest as torus-shaped energy patterns, are believed to serve as gateways to unseen dimensions, bridging the gap between the physical and the metaphysical. Research and observation have revealed that these toroidal fields are not solely abstract constructs, but are intimately intertwined with the human experience of language and communication. In particular, there exists a fascinating correlation between the shapes of toroidal fields and the sounds we produce, with a particular emphasis on vowels. The human vocal apparatus, with its intricate arrangement of the larynx, vocal cords, and resonating chambers, acts as a unique instrument through which the energy of speech is channeled. When we vocalize different letters and sounds, the intention behind the sound combines with the physical mechanics of our vocal apparatus, giving rise to a distinct toroidal pattern. For example, the vowel sound A is associated with a toroidal field that expands outward from the speaker, resembling a pulsating sphere of energy encompassing its surroundings. This expansive field signifies openness, creativity, and the primal spark of creation. On the other hand, the vowel sound O generates a toroidal field that loops back upon itself, evoking a sense of containment, introspection, and cyclical energy. Each letter and sound in the phonetic spectrum is thought to generate its own unique toroidal pattern, resonating with its corresponding energetic signature. The shape and characteristics of these toroidal fields are believed to arise from the interplay between the physical acts of vocalization, the intention behind the sound, and the metaphysical aspects of language.
So, I seen this post, the reality of McDonald's French fries, right? And I decided to do a little research. And I found something that I cannot unsee. McDonald's French fries, carrots, and onions, all of the food that come from Bill Gates' farmland. So you mean to tell me Mr. Jabby Jab himself is now serving French fries? I personally refuse to eat anything that comes from Dr. Doofus Smurf himself.
And here we have the French Fryinator.
Hey, dawg, for real. Let me know what y'all think about Bill Gates fries in the comments.
Look, McDonald's French fries got like 52 ingredients in them already. Now you got Mr. Gates, and he owns all the farmland. I think he owned the whole farmland in my whole state, which was crazy. Like, just think about that. An IT guy, a guy who creates tech, is now the guy in control of farmland. Like, you don't even mix the two. You don't even think about a computer whiz and a farmer. You know what I'm saying? It's two completely different spectrums. So I ain't trying to eat that food either, but it's going to be hard because the man controls everything.
Follow me for more wisdom, hit that plus button, and stay tuned for more.
Architecture of control. Reptilians are the controlling factor. We reside within their sphere of influence. DNA is a currency of the universe. Within the DNA of many humans on the surface are latent metaphysical powers, for lack of a better term. And the deep black elements of the military aerospace community are aware of this and have been for a long time. There have always been priesthoods. We live in essentially a patriarchal system. And the powers that be know that within the DNA of certain people, certain hybrid bloodlines, because in truth, we are to one degree or another all hybrids. And some bloodlines have more of these latent metaphysical abilities than others. And these reptilians and other beings are able to access and exploit those metaphysical abilities. Reptilians don't need craft to travel in. They can open portals. Very commonplace, and we've heard these stories from antiquity, or they come out from under beds. They open portals in wardrobes, closets, if you will, as Americans would call it. A very common place for reptilians to enter into a house from is the stairwell beneath, like you have a set of stairs, and the space beneath the stairs, sometimes there's a storage area within. That's a very common place for these entities to enter from. And they will leave some kind of residual traces of their entry and exit. When they come through these portals, through wardrobes, that come through these portals in these stairwells. Very common residual traces would be like a brownish kind of liquid that's congealed onto the wall, or sometimes a blood red kind of liquid that's congealed on the wall.
Yo, I'm gonna have to start paying attention to the house a little bit more now.
This is weird. The transition of the water here.
There's another set of binoculars right there you want.
Yeah, in just a sec. I just want to get a video of this transition here. So the water goes from one state to another like that. It really doesn't work very well on camera, this transition here. Yeah.
That's why we're going 2,000 RPM to go fuck this one on.
Yeah, must be. My goodness.
The ocean is a strange place.
What is going on? So this is current onto the banks. Must be, right?
I don't know about y'all, but I can't be out there in the water like that. I don't see no land or no nothing.
Yeah, so this is a transition from George's Bank to open water. It is tortured here in the middle of the ocean. Look, check out this water. And then in a second, it's just gonna be glassy clear. What the heck?
Wow.
This is crazy.
Now I see.
What did we just go through here? That's insane.
Did you get a video?
Yeah.
Dude, you got it, yeah. I mean, please.
This is so weird. Over
Like I
there.
said, man, ocean's
Bizarre
strange.
thing is there's like no change in depth. Went from like 57
What?
meters to 49.
What?
And then 50 meters here. 49.
But I mean, that's like just a different world over there.
I mean, that's like.
What was that?
Anybody got an
Dude,
answer
you
to
have
that?
got
I'm sure
to
some
take photos of that.
scientific commenters who
Look
have
at
answers
that.
for everything.
It's that whole fucking region.
Yeah. From horizon to horizon.
I gotta see on the phone where the fuck we are.
Yeah.
I just, it's too fucking nuts. Sorry, my bad.
Wow. Yeah, and now it's just glassy clear.
At first, I didn't know what was going on. I'm just looking at the water like, I don't know what I'm looking for.
In this scary video, a guy watching the news notices something very strange in the clouds. Is it real? I will let you decide. Watch
Watch
this.
some people walk out the car.
We then had to pull over because that's when emergency crews
You
were
see
headed
it?
towards Wayne.
In the top right, y'all?
We saw fire trucks headed that way. And so we are almost there, but we're not even in Wayne yet. And this is the damage we're seeing. We saw a few people kind of outside. It looks like they may have been possibly.
What was that?
Job to do anything you want, to give you anything you want. But they said you have to ask. What is it you want in your life? Write it down in detail so that if you were to visualize it, you could see it, you could hear it, even smell it. The more detail you can put into the mental picture of what you want to create, the more easy it is for them to know what you want. An exact picture of what it is, release it to them, and we just sit back and watch the magic.
Watch the magic,
We
baby.
had agreed to cooperate with alien colonists by a majority vote taken by the group that your father and I work for. A group that came together at the State Department on a project dating back to 1947 to Roswell. The vote changed that, though. It changed everything. We no longer cleave to any government agency. We now operate privately on our own project. That was your father's objection. That we would ally ourselves with the alien colonists.
Toward your own selfish end.
We forestalled an alien invasion.
No, you only managed to postpone it.
We saved billions of lives.
You put those lives on hold so that you alone could survive.
No, Agent Mulder, so you could. It's exactly what your father failed to realize. He railed at us and our plans, even as the process had begun. While the group had agreed to the most painful sacrifices.
Look at the kids, y'all.
Sacrifices that no one else would ever be asked to make. You gave them your children. You gave them your wife. You sent them away like they were things. We sent them away, Agent Mulder, because it was the right thing to do. You sent them away to be tested on.
Yo, that's probably what's going on right now.
My guy right here just hit it on the head. Watch this clip. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Holograms and drones. Fake illusions, fake disaster, but real damage. Like how you seen them going under the water, shooting it at the, like, it's drones causing it, but it's real damage. We just gotta know how to fight back. Or not really know how to fight back, but know who we're fighting. We ain't got no beef with no damn aliens. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? We got beef with the government, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure we can come up with some kind of goddamn strategy, you know what I'm saying? But let me know what y'all think about this, no cap.
Attenzione borseggiatrici! Attenzione pickpocket!
Whatever that miracle meat was got me wanting to go vegan, vegetarian, or something, because that looked nasty. And what y'all think about these drones? We seen in one of the last videos how they had the drones creating a dragon type hologram. I don't know, man. It seems like it's probably gonna happen. We just gotta stay ready. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most creepy woke TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bell on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.